should say just first, we stand in solidarity with the Ukrainian people at this time and the terrible invasion of Ukraine. The Ukrainian Institute down on Holland Park is doing an incredible job of mobilising charitable donations from across London. I would really urge all members of the press to go and visit them after this stunt and to do everything you can to support them. And of course we want to see the government do more on refugee resettlement as soon as possible. But we're here today to shine a light on a systemic problem in London and Britain, which is the dirty money that for far too long has been washing through this city. We are at the epicenter of this country's dirty money problem here in Kensington. Behind you, there are 3 properties owned by the family of the President of Azerbaijan, totaling over £40 million. That's part of his £600 million British property empire. His official annual salary is £175,000. But these are only just 3 of over 6,000 anonymously owned properties in this borough. That is terrible for people fighting for democracy in Kazakhstan, in Azerbaijan, and of course in Russia. But it's also terrible for our local communities. And that's why we launched this campaign, Kensington Against Dirty Money, this week, with a huge amount of backing from local councillors, from businesses, from institutions like the Westway Trust, the Royal Court Theatre and many others. And the reason why I think residents here are so angry about dirty money is we are the wealthiest borough in the country, but we are also the most unequal place in the country. We have 4 of the top 10 most expensive streets in England, and 1 in 4 kids grow up in poverty. If you look at the properties behind you, you won't be surprised that many of them stand empty, but over 3,000 families stand waiting on the council house waiting list in this borough. We have a huge overcrowding problem and a huge temporary accommodation problem. So we're here today to ask for 4 things. We want to see transparency over who owns and controls properties like this. We want to see proper enforcement, budget for the National Crime Agency to go after and enforce sanctions, including Roman Abramovich's house at 16 Kensington Gardens. We think that should be seized and made available to Ukrainian refugees as soon as possible. We want to see the council properly take action on empty housing, and we want to see far more investment on social housing in this borough. So we're here to say enough is enough to dirty money.